Hello, how's it going? So, another screen record video. Thought I'd just basically go over some new releases, what's coming out, look at some pre-orders, on various different websites. There's a few particular pre-orders I want to look at in detail, so I thought I'd do it on a video, where I can start kind of like talk to you guys and stuff and whatnot. I'll put the cursor there because I have put a little screen of me, which I don't normally do because I didn't know how to do it, but I've figured it out, and I'm kind of smirking because it just makes me laugh so much, but I'll try not to look at that so I'm not distracted. So there we are, you get me in the corner. So I've pulled up, for starters, like HMV Zavvi. We'll go look at the physical media, Blu-ray 4K pre-orders, but first, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about what I think of Day of the Dead getting a 4K in this video. I'm very excited for that, but I'll cover that perhaps at the end. So we'll start on Umbrella. I might want to move myself along a bit. Can I move me? Look, I can move me about. Look, sorry, I'm just playing around because I've never had me in the corner before. So I've gone on the wrong thing, so we need to get off there. We need to go shop, and I wanted to look at this release, Angst. I don't think I've spoken about it. I've never actually seen the movie. It's a German, slasher, I think, and Umbrella are doing a really nice release. Now, I have got quite a few Umbrella editions in my collection, like standard releases, Day of the Dead being one of them, and I also have like, I bought hardware on 4K. I have a few slipcover editions, but I have the Hell House box set with the first 4 Hell House films in. That's getting a 5th one later this year. I might even look at that on this video because I've not read too much about it. But what I'm trying to get to is I don't have any of these kind of chunky sets from Umbrella. So I am thinking about getting Angst. I won't purchase it on this video, but it's out on the 29th of October. I think with Umbrella you can order from anywhere in the world because I ordered the hardware 4K slipcover edition directly from them. An okay price. I mean, physical media is expensive now anyway, so like, you're going to pay a bit for some releases. I paid about £40 for just a slipcover edition of hardware. I mean, that's quite expensive, really. It's not even a big, like, sort of thick set, but this looks lovely. I may have to get this. So the price is $80, so it's very expensive. I think there's a slimmed down slipcover edition as well. Where the cursor is what you get. You get, like your Amaray case with the cover on. The traditional cover's a picture, that picture here that the cursor's on, but it's it's an actual picture. This has got a red tint to it and looks really nice. You get booklet, poster, all the sort of typical supplements you get with limited editions. But I might have to get this because Angst is one that's on my list. It is a German film, but I've never actually watched it before, so I'm very intrigued. But that's what you get in the pack anyway for the limited edition. And there's a look at, and I think one of the slipcovers. There's a look at the book. There's some more photographs. That's the original artwork, but like I said, with a red tint. Looks lovely. I may have to get this. It's very expensive. It'll work out a lot cheaper. It'll be like 60 plus, I think, in pounds, because that's $80. So I won't pay 80 for it. But yeah, 29th of October this year that one's out. So right in time for Halloween. Obviously, if I order in the UK, I'll have to wait a few days. I probably won't get it for Halloween, but that's okay. I think I will get this one. So we've got a little synopsis thing here. I'm going to shoot. Succumb to absolute depravity with the horror masterpiece Angst in 4K Dolby Vision from a new director-approved restoration. So it's a new restoration for this Umbrella release, which is nice. There is a Blu-ray of this out there. There's a Region A US Blu-ray because it's about £20 odd. It's on All Your Music on eBay, and I actually nearly purchased that myself, but I think I will get the 4K. Only available from Umbrella web store. Well, some other sellers on eBay will get it. Angst 4K and Blu-ray Collector's Edition. So it's got Blu-ray in there, I assume. 48-page book of behind-the-scenes material, archival interviews, and new essays by Jack Sargent, David Michael Brown, and Marcus Stigler. Yeah, is that right? Custom rigid case and slipcase design by Rive Creative. 8 art cards. Oh, everyone loves their art cards. Sometimes they look cool. I kind of like what 88 have been doing, just putting a cool alternative poster on one art card and giving you that. Because too many is just too many. Of just stills from the film. I mean, they're a nice little touch, but they're nothing to get overly excited about. I'd take a CD soundtrack, obviously, over some art cards. A3 reversible poster, so we saw both of the sides of that. Limited edition numbered released. Angst is based on a true story of mass murderer Werner Niezek, lauded as one of the best serial killer films ever made. Yeah, I really want to see this. Angst is an exercise in fear and disturbance, featuring innovative camera work for its time and incredible performances. Angst puts you in the mind of the compulsive killer in the moments of the act, making it both a chilling and compelling experience. So, tons of extras, I'd assume. We've already been through the physical supplements. You've got all these audio commentaries, 40 years later, through the eyes of the killer, as you can see there, blah, blah, blah. Here's the tech specs, there you go. Running time for the film is 86 minutes. 2 discs, 4K and Blu-ray. I assume some of the special features beyond the Blu-ray. Year of production, 1983. And your other specs to do with your screen and your image ratio, subtitles English, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I think I'll have to possibly purchase this release. I won't do it on here, guys, at the moment, but I'm looking forward to that one. Let's have a little browse for Umbrella in general. I'm just getting used to having myself on the screen, actually. It's a little bit strange. That's my bed behind me. I tried to straighten it up so it looks neat on camera. Umbrella have been doing these extremity collections. Volume 2's here with 1990 films, a film from 1997, 2001, 2002 and 2003 in a Blu-ray collector's edition. And this one looks super interesting. You get In My Skin, which is a recent one. I think Severin have released. I might have to check that one out because I've heard good things. Doberman, which is obviously about a dog or something. What's that one? Is that Fat Girls? Fat Girl or Fat Girls? Fat Girl. And 29 something. I need to tell you. Okay, here you go. This is what you get in the collection. You get Doberman from 1997, Fat Girl from 2001, In My Skin from 2002, and 29 Palms from 2003, with hours of new video extras, more than just films. These are confrontations, transgressive, artful, and unforgettable. The new Extremity Collection Volume 2 is not for the faint of heart, but for those who dare to look unblinking into the abyss. Yeah, so for those people, it's your thing. So yeah, you got all the movies completely uncut and uncensored. A £100-page book with essays, custom artwork, 8 art cards, 2x2 A3 reversible posters because there's 4 films, and a limited edition numbered release. I won't go on about this one too much, but it looks super cool. Don't know, could be tempted. Not going to spend it at the moment though, but it'll probably sell out. It looks lovely though. Love that artwork for the box, looks really nice. And then of course there's your book. Love that Doberman artwork, look at that. Never heard of that one. Fat Girl, never heard of that one. Never heard of that. And yeah, never heard of any of these films, I don't think, apart from In My Skin. I've heard of, that's it. Anyway, let's track back a little bit. The Reef Blu-ray Collector's Edition, The Resurrection of the Golden Wolf, aka The Golden Wolf Revives, from 1979. That's a Blu-ray Collector's Edition. There's also a more standard edition of Angst, as you can see where the cursor is. That is for $60. That is the 4K and the Blu-ray, but without all the physical supplements and the whistles and bells. Kiwi Cool. Some set Blu-ray Collector's Edition. As you can see, lots of things. Black Sheep got a really expensive release. Oh damn! I mean, lovely release by the looks of it, but Black Sheep, it's an okay kind of easy, like kind of creature feature to watch, but $100 for Black Sheep. I mean, lovely edition. Like, don't get me wrong, but still $100. Like, damn. Okay, so that's what it looks like. That's your outer box. You've got that. It's quite a fun one, Black Sheep, though. Is it Welsh? It might be Welsh. It's Black Sheep. Not sure though. Not sure. That was kind of a joke. If you get that joke, you get that joke. Unleash a new breed of woolly walking dead with Black Sheep in 4K HDR. Born from Umbrella's new restoration. So it's had a new 4K restoration by Umbrella. That's kind of cool. Supervised by director Jonathan King. And including a custom t-shirt from Hollow Bones. That must be a t-shirt brand. I haven't heard of Hollow Bones personally before. 100 plus pages of behind the scenes material, new essays and interviews, custom designed bloody woolly outer rigid slipcase, that's that thing where the cursor is there, custom designed slipcase, 8 art cards, got to get the art cards in, A3 reversible poster, limited edition numbered release. So yeah, this is a nice release, but I wouldn't mind Black Sheep, not necessarily on 4K. I don't even have it in the collection. It's quite a fun film, actually, fun British film. I would have it like on Blu-ray maybe, and I'd maybe get the 4K if it was like 20 or something, but I suppose we'll get our release at some point. But no way I'd pay $100 for that film. I mean, the release is lovely. I'm like, look at that. Look at that artwork. That's fantastic. But still, $100 for Black Sheep. I mean, regardless of the whistles and bells, it's $100 for Black Sheep. ABCs of Death. That's $44.95. That's an okay anthology. It's like the segments are really short because there's absolutely tons of them. But it's kind of alright. There's a more standard release of Black Sheep. That's a bit more like it, but still expensive for Black Sheep. You get that lovely slipcase with that cool artwork on that I've just gushed over. That is $59.95. Loads of cool things. Nori, The Curse from 2005. I think that one's on Shudder. I ought to check that out. You got the Full Moon box set. Yeah, Umbrella got some gorgeous stuff, man. Like, I'm definitely considering Angst, although it is like expensive at $80, which I will pay less for in British pounds, but yeah, still consider Wake and Fright, kind of interested in that. I won't pay $110 though, or $200. That is a big package with a lot of physical supplements, still pretty pricey. Intacto, I think that's a Spanish one. Yeah, there's loads of Umbrella, man, they do some great stuff. We'll just click on the horror section as this is a horror channel. Lizard and a Woman's Skin's out of stock. I have the Mondo Macabre. I kind of wanted this Umbrella edition, but I held off because I thought, well, I might as well just go and wait till it gets a 4K. I mean, lovely Blu-ray set. I mean, that looks gorgeous, and it's a really good giallo as well, really good Fulci movie. But I'll stick with the Mondo Macabre Blu-ray for now, and when it gets a 4K, which it inevitably will with it being a Fulci film, more than likely, I'll get the 4K, I think, instead of this. Maybe even Umbrella will do a 4K of it. Angst again, loads of sold out stuff. The Art Attack's still knocking about, the big Terrifier 4-movie set, including the prequel All Hallows Eve. I just have a slimmed down version, as you've probably seen if you have the channel. Asriel, I did not think was a good film. I thought it had potential, but I watched it on Shudder and I didn't like it, so I won't be getting that on physical myself. I just thought it was run of the mill, sort of samey as a lot of other films, personally. Behemoth, that looks kind of cool, but it's out of stock. And here's some of the older releases, because Umbrella have a very big catalogue, but a lot of it is actually out of stock. Oh yeah, they did Lord of Illusions in a special edition, didn't they? Yeah. Okay, that's Umbrella for now anyway. Let's head over to... I'll just get it off. Let's have a look at Imprint, because there was like one particular release I wanted to look at. So I've had one Imprint release, I think, before, and it was The Awakening, that old horror movie, and... they've got some good, interesting stuff. They got the Imprint bundle pack that obviously includes this as well. The Alfred Hitchcock bundle. We'll have a quick look at that. Currently unavailable, so this is already sold out. What films do you get? Let's have a quick look. Temporarily unavailable, so I assume that's been sold out. You get the 39 Steps, The Lady Vanishes, and that is it. But looks like a nice set nonetheless. That's the Hitchcock set. Very nice looking set. Don't really buy much off the Australians do some great stuff like Umbrella and Imprint. I've just never really gone for much Imprint stuff. Wolf Creek on 4K, this looks nice. Wolf Creek's such a good film as well. Mick Taylor's just such a good sinister villain, and he's just so nasty and mean-spirited. He's great. Mick Taylor is so underrated as a horror villain, I think. He gets talked about, but perhaps not as much. But Wolf Creek is really good. It's got a sense of isolation to it. Of the two women out in the sticks in Australia, in the outback, and that with that guy. And they come across Mick Taylor when they break down. He offers to give them a tow, and then things just take a nasty, sinister turn from there. But this looks like a cool release. It's got a big, thick box. It's very expensive, $109.95 Australian dollars. That's what you get. Don't know if I can zoom in or not. Don't think so. Apparently this is on sale because it's normally 119.95 Australian dollars. Wow, physical media. Lovely set though, but I won't be getting this and there's a specific reason. Now, I've had Wolf Creek and Wolf Creek 2 on Blu-ray for a long time. I don't own the series yet on Blu-ray. I need to pick those up. I do like the series. I have seen it. Second season's pretty amazing. Really dives into kind of like, you know, it's Mick Taylor who's really like kind of channeling that inner kind of psychotic absolute madman to the maximum in Wolf Creek season 2, I think. Really coming in, you know, really getting into the role even more so than he does in 1 and 2. But 1's probably the best thing to do with Wolf Creek. I do like the first film the best. It's got a sense of like, you know, you're introduced to like John Jarrett's Mick Taylor and things like that, and it's just got a more sense of isolation. It's a bit more of a simple film, and then of course 2's got a bit, you know, it's a little bit more to it. And then of course with the series, you get a lot more Mick Taylor. I wasn't overly thrilled by the season 1, but season 2 was fantastic. With that coach where he pretends to be their coach driver for that tour bus full of people. This one's out on the 24th of September. You have got 2 cuts, obviously, 104-minute cut and a 98. I'm still on the Blu-ray, but there is a reason why I'm not getting this 4K from Imprint. But number one, it's too expensive. I could afford it, but I'm not going to pay it. I refuse to pay like 109 Australian dollars for a film. I know it'll work out cheaper in pounds, but it's still very expensive for just Wolf Creek. If it was a set with Wolf Creek 2 in as well, and the 2 seasons of the series, that would be a different kettle of fish and a whole different story. But there is a reason. I'll show you on a later video why, because basically, I've got a copy of the 4K, but it's from Turbine Media in Germany. I ordered it earlier, but I'll show you guys in a later video. But yeah, Wolf Creek from 2005. I remember this one, I was reading about this one when I was in hospital around that time. I think I was in hospital in 2006 for a week, and I remember reading magazines, you know, like Empire and things, and they talked about what's coming out on physical media, and they were talking about Wolf Creek and some other things, like The Hills Have Eyes remake was at the cinema at the time, I think, and I was well excited to see Wolf Creek. And then when I come back home from being out of hospital, like some of my family, like my mum, they bought me some like physical media, and I had Wolf Creek. Like it was really cool. And then I watched it on this was on DVD though back then, but I do have the Blu-ray of it. You get disc 1, you get the unrated cut on 4K UHD, disc 2 Blu-ray, the unrated cut. So it's 3 discs. Disc 3 the theatrical cut. So you actually get 3 cuts of the movie. That's really cool. 2 of the cuts are on Blu-ray, and the unrated cut though, which is the one to watch, which is the 104-minute one, that is on 4K also. So that is a really cool release. It's just I'm just not going to pay that, but I've secured a copy from Turbine on 4K in a lovely media book, and it's not got exactly a big chunky outer shell, but I do actually prefer the artwork on this media book for Wolf Creek I've purchased. But I will show you guys later on. We'll just have another quick look on Imprint, see what's about. Never-ending Story on pre-order, a more standard release. That is expensive. Yeah, they like their high prices, don't they, with some of these releases, I must say. Lovely releases, like, don't get me wrong, they've even got an edition of The Keep on the way. I'm sure people who wanted The Keep secured Vinegar Syndrome. I actually just watched the film on Paramount Plus, and I thought it was pretty rubbish, to be fair. Not a big fan of The Keep at all. I thought the ending was quite interesting, like the final 10 minutes in that weird domain, but other than that, I found the film dull. Personally, that's why I didn't go for the Vinegar Syndrome one. You know, just my take, just my opinion. Didn't enjoy The Keep at all. I will give it a rewatch in the future though, because I do that because sometimes my mood can dictate how I feel about something I'm viewing on a screen. So there's that. Yep, some interesting stuff in Imprint. Let's head over to Zavvi, and how good old Zavvi, the Kings of Steel books. So yeah, Master and Commander's getting a 4K. That's $34.99. I've never watched this film. 8th of September. It's a Russell Crowe movie. There's a really cool Dark Knight trilogy set coming out, but they're always doing steelbook versions of this, and I won't be getting this personally. I don't even have the Dark Knight trilogy on 4K. I still have them on Blu-ray. I have the first two Tim Burton Batmans on 4K and Batman Forever. But look at that, that's really nice. They've got like matching steel books. You've got the Batman Begins one. It's kind of like white with the gold bat logo. And then you've got the Dark Knight, more like a silvery, bluey kind of tint. Dark Knight Rises, yeah, lovely looking steel book set. Very steep at 100, but it is very premium, I must say. Can you zoom in at all? So quick look, guys. That's what it looks like. Very nice indeed. Won't be getting that myself. If I ever upgrade to 4K with the Dark Knight trilogy, I will probably go a more cost-effective route. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is obviously hitting 4K. This has been on my wish list for a long time. It has a placeholder release date of December 2025. It will either be out before then. I will assume with this one that it will be out after early next year or maybe middle of the year. I don't think we'll get this in 2025. That's a placeholder date. We might, I could be wrong of course, but I think this one will be out next year. And that's One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest limited edition 4K Ultra HD Steelbook. And look at the lovely artwork. They couldn't even be asked to put the artwork because they don't know what it is, but they still want to secure people's pre-orders with that. But it's an absolutely phenomenal film. This will be a purchase for me. I will probably purchase the Steelbook. It's obviously going to look quite good. I can't imagine them doing a nasty, horrible, gross-looking steelbook for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, so I probably will get this. I will pre-order it when I see what it looks like, but if I don't like the steelbook, I would just get the standard, but definite purchase. I've got the Blu-ray. It's such a good film. Scarface getting a new steelbook. Obviously, The Conjuring's coming out. I'm just going to do a little flick through, guys. Can't be Barry Lyndon. Never seen that. I know what he did last summer. That's a steelbook for the new film that's just come out, the remake, which I really don't care about. I will watch it, but I really couldn't care less. It might be good though. I just don't really care. Yeah, lots of different things. Of course, the Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't think we've got a date for that yet. No, still got its placeholder date for the Nightmare on Elm Street 7 film 4K steelbook collection. Placeholder date's still there, and yeah, some interesting stuff coming out though. Krull getting a 4K Blu-ray steelbook 15th of September. Never seen this one, might get it. Zavvi loves steelbooks, don't they? Zavvi, the kings of steelbooks, the gods of the steelbook. Let's have a quick flick at HMV. So HMV have a 3 for 50 offer on, which is the new thing that all the places are doing because Amazon and Zavvi do it, I think. There's probably some interesting titles. I think I've had a browse through this and looked before. There's nothing I'm too bothered about picking up on this deal when you're ready. Yeah, great, go away. You got Gladiator 2, Dune Part 2, Venom, The Last Dance, Godzilla -1, very good Godzilla film. Alien Romulus, I enjoyed it. Oppenheimer, never watched. Better Man, looks like a load of rubbish. Heretic, not seen yet, but it's on Amazon Prime, so I will just watch it on there. Don't know if I need to buy that one. It does look good though. I think that's an A24 film, isn't it? Does look pretty good. Leon Director's Cut's on there. Yeah, so some interesting titles. The others, not that good a deal really though. You know, you're paying just under £20 for a disc basically, aren't you? On 3 for 50. It's not. Well, you're paying like a few pounds under. I can't be bothered to do the maths, guys, because I'm not in the mood. But you've been a little bit under £20 per film on this deal. Not that great, really. Boy and the Heron, I actually bought the 4K of that. I know 2 for 30 deal, which is the better deal. I'll just have a quick look at the pre-order, guys, and then I might wrap this thing up. I do want to talk slightly about the Day of the Dead getting announced that it's getting a 4K because I found the film elements or what have you. Don't know too much about it because I haven't read too much about it. I just seen some posts on Instagram and was like, yay, Day of the Dead. The best out of the Dead saga, in my opinion, getting a 4K, and I can't wait. Film and TV, and we want pre-orders. Pre-orders might be on Blu-ray. Sorry if I'm missing it, guys. Okay. Pre-orders, Blu-ray pre-orders. We'll just have a look at the Blu-ray pre-orders. Little flick. Superhero stuff. 28 years later, getting a 4K steelbook. I wouldn't mind seeing that because I thought the game was kind of okay. You know, it didn't blow me away or anything, but it was fairly good. Yeah, pretty much what we looked at on Zavvi. That's an interesting release. I bought the Blu-ray at a good price last year, so I'll stick with that. But Casper from 1995, I think it is, getting a cool steelbook, and it's a really cool film, Casper. It's really one of these kind of cool like 90s family films. Like, I really enjoyed it. I remember watching it as a kid at the cinema slightly, a very long time ago though. So that's £50 though. Expensive. That's on the 15th of September. Good fun film, and the steelbook does look lovely because I love that whole blue Casper artwork. But my goodness, would you pay £50 for Casper? as good as Casper, it is a really good film. It's just I wouldn't pay £15 for it. Megan 2 getting a release coming soon. I think we've kind of Creepshow 2 is obviously getting 4K. I think we've kind of Dark City on 4K is limited edition set for $24.99. It is out of stock, but they are saying back in stock soon. The Jaws 50th is it anniversary? Yes, Steelbook out on the 28th in the UK. Blood Orange, Hammer movie. Yeah, I'm good. We kind of had a look on there, didn't we? And I'll save some of the more when they've had some more pre-orders and things. I'll save that for a more later video. So let's have a quick look at Day of the Dead. I'll find a decent article. We got the 4K. And this year is like is it the 40th anniversary, isn't it, this year? Like of Day of the Dead. Yeah, 85, 95. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot, even though I did a post about it on Instagram. But it's it was out in 1985, wasn't it? Yeah, here we go. We'll look on Fangoria. Scream Factory resurrect Romero's Day of the Dead for 4K UHD restoration. This is what I heard. Good news, Romero fans. Scream Factory is celebrating the 40th anniversary of Day of the Dead. Day of the Dead is such a good film. I love the score as well. And that track, The Dead Suite, it's a very long musical piece, but it's just such a pleasure to listen to. It's a lovely... It's got different elements to it, and it switches up, and it's got a certain... like tonal shifts in there, and it's just such a good track on the Day of the Dead soundtrack, The Dead Suite. And a lot of the music's obviously, well, the music's from the film, should I say, and like I say, it just has a lot of tonal shifts on that specific track, and it's just so cool. I love listening to that. A 4K release of Day of the Dead has been a long time coming. It's definitely one of the last iconic big horror films to get a 4K. It's been 12 years since the studio's official Blu-ray release. I actually have the Umbrella, which is a bit more recent. And for a while it seemed as if the original negative of the film was lost to time forever. Yeah, they couldn't find the original negative, I think. But thanks to Scream Factory and Shout Studios' efforts, Romero's Rotters will soon be resurrected in glorious high definition with the care and craftsmanship it has long served. Well, the Blu-ray's high definition, so we've had that, but in the 4K in ultra high definition, is that what they said? Am I talking rubbish? No, they should have put ultra high definition. No offense. In the 1985 zombie horror, there's what happens. If you know Day of the Dead, you know. But yeah, super excited for this. So Scream Factory basically found the original camera negative. They can now do a UHD for Day of the Dead. I'm hoping Second Sight, because obviously Scream Factory are a Region A company and they release in the US. I'm hoping like Second Sight are going to get the rights in the UK so they can give it the same treatment as Dawn of the Dead, but with the Day of the Dead artwork. Just give us the same box, same contents with the CD soundtracks and variations and the hardback book and the novelization and 6 discs for like whatever, and we are good. Like that's what all they need to do is just take what they did with Dawn of the Dead in the deluxe box and just do that with Day of the Dead. That's all Second Sight needs to do with the Day of the Dead film and the Day of the Dead artwork and content about Day of the Dead. Just mirror what they did with Dawn of the Dead. Simple as that. If they get the rights. I hope they do. I'll probably get the Scream Factory though, because it'll probably be out a year before we get it in the UK. That could be incorrect. That's just an assumption I'm making. But yeah, super excited. Love Day of the Dead. One of my favourite horror films, definitely. So good. Like great special effects from Tom Savini. It's just a great time. Love Dawn of the Dead and Night as well. I just prefer... Even Lands grew on me a bit after getting the Scream Factory 4K last year. Even Land of the Dead's grew on me a little bit. The other two, Diary of the Dead, kind of alright. As a fan footage fan, I kind of like it a bit. But yeah... That's me finished anyway, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Just thought I'd do one of these screen records. A little bit of channel housekeeping, like before we go. If you're not interested in that, you might as well turn off. But I'm thinking about doing a guaranteed 2 videos a week, which will be, at the moment, this could all change, Tuesdays and Fridays are going to be my days for a while, for a couple of months. It's going to be videos on Skin Crawlers Tuesdays and Fridays, and anything extra will be put in between. So just because I'm saying I'm doing videos Tuesdays and Fridays doesn't mean you're not going to get random unboxings or lists or whatever. It's just they'll be my guaranteed video days for a while, Tuesdays, Fridays, and then anything else in between. So there could be 4 videos. It's just Tuesdays and Fridays, I think. With exceptions, you know, if I can't do it, I will not do it. But for now, Tuesdays and Fridays. Just get rid of that. Before you go, guys, anyway, just I might not put the normal end cards on this video. I'm actually going to log onto my website, so if you're not interested, but I do have a website where I put articles on and short stories. I need to do some more writing. Here we go. I am updating the website soon. Me and my friend are going to be doing a whole new, you know, the new aesthetic with the new devil guy and things like that. That's coming. It might be at the end of the year, though. My latest article featured on the homepage is For the Stuff, the 4K release from Arrow, which is actually out today. Because I'm filming on Monday, it'll be out tomorrow. This video will be on Tuesday, so basically it was out yesterday, if you will. But yeah, the stuff on 4K was fantastic. I love the transfer. I thought it looked popped. And I say it all here. So if you're interested in my thoughts on the Stuff 4K, I've put them here. And I have an about, that's not really relevant because I need to update that. But here's like some of the articles. This is on a computer, by the way, on an iMac. It will be displayed a little bit different on your mobile phone because I have, you know, the different display mechanics. So like on the computer it looks different, on the mobile phone it looks different. But yeah, we got the 5 greatest horror franchise 4K and Blu-ray box sets. I've got Tubi Terrors, 5 Ghoulish Delights, just loads of articles, so you can go on articles. Pretty cool little site, just a little hub for my thoughts and things. So if you're ever interested, it's all free, of course, you know, no subscriptions and none of that nonsense. If you want to hear my reviews, my thoughts, if you want to look at some of my reviews on latest releases, get over onto skincrawlers.co.uk. These are some of my 4K reviews and movie reviews, lots of things. Displayed quite nicely as well. I think my friend's done a good job on it somewhat. He's quite good with this type of thing. Here's my short story. So I'm doing a series called Fright Stick. We got episode 2. There's episode 1, the pilot. That's more like kind of like a comic book come to life in a little short story form. The Bleed, that's just a one-off short story, and some other ones that I randomly did because I actually get my practice writing on here. So when I feel like practicing some of my story writing, I just post it on the website for whoever to read. Some of it's probably a load of rubbish. I was proud of The Bleed though. I did particularly enjoy doing that one. Yeah, that's my website anyway, so it's got a link to YouTube as well. It has my movie ratings on there from Letterboxd, but some of these are outdated now, so because I do sometimes change them when I rewatch a movie, so this needs updating. I need to get my pal on that and get him updating these. This is all my Letterboxd scores, but you can look at my ratings of films if you're interested as well. That's the end of the video, guys, anyway, so thanks for hanging out and all that. You've had me on a little screen in the corner which I'm just looking at, looks kind of funny, but yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.